All right, I got something I want to get off my chest in relation to E3 2019. I never got a chance to really talk about in the past couple of days or the week since E3 2019 happened. Um, Basically, the announcement, Microsoft's announcement of the Xbox Two, otherwise known as Project Scarlet, is one that caught a lot of people by surprise. We eventually knew that at some point Microsoft was going to introduce a new console, but at the same time, I remember it was talked about back in 2017 that they were going to focus more on streaming, and there was speculation that the Xbox One X was going to be Microsoft's last game console, and we're glad to know that it's not going to be their last game console. Basically, this upcoming game console that they have, which is now known as Project Scarlet. We know a couple of things about it, such as the fact that you'll be able to run video games at higher frame rates than that of its predecessor, the Xbox One, and will include 8K resolution. And basically, it should be noted that not only is this upcoming console backwards compatible, but it'll also feature a physical disk drive, which is something that some people might find surprising, considering the fact that I believe they talked about, a couple of years ago, moving towards streaming and getting away from developing physical disk drives for video games and all that stuff. At the same time, Nintendo Switch is still, using, physical media for its games and all that. PlayStation 4 does it. So I wouldn't say that physical discs or cartridges or whatever is not completely obsolete just yet, despite the fact that streaming and downloading games is more preferable in terms of purchasing nowadays. Also, as far as backwards compatibility is concerned in relation to Project Scarlet or the Xbox Two, it's been confirmed that Halo Infinite will basically be the first game featured for Xbox Two, and that's something that a lot of people are definitely happy to hear, especially fans of the Halo series. And as it currently stands, the expected release date for the Xbox Two / Project Scarlet is going to be during the fourth quarter of 2020, sometime between October and December of next year. A lot of people are speculating it might be November, especially considering the fact that that's usually when new game consoles tend to be released when they come out, and that was true with the last generation game consoles as well. As far as whether or not it's going to be more successful than the Xbox One. That's something that remains to be seen, because there's definitely various factors that come into play when you look at the possible success of Microsoft's upcoming console. Now, as far as factors are concerned, one of the factors would be pricing, because remember back in November 2017, when the Xbox One X was first released, it was priced at $499, and since its release, back then, it basically fell below Microsoft's expectations in relation to sales, and I don't think an official number was ever reported in terms of how much it sold, but there is no question that, the Xbox One, not the Xbox One X, but the Xbox One, it didn't sell nearly as much as the PlayStation 4, and that's something that has become, increasingly obvious throughout the past couple of years. As far as, the pricing is concerned, if it's priced at $499, that wouldn't be much of a surprise, because if the Xbox Two or Project Scarlet is supposed to be a more superior game console than the Xbox One, doesn't make sense for the value of the console to be any less than that of the Xbox One X or the Xbox One. So it's most likely going to be of equal or greater value than the Xbox One X or the Xbox One. And another factor is that can definitely affect its overall success in 2020 onwards is the level of competition in relation to the gaming world, because the landscape has been changing. You got Sony, which has had a ton of success with the PlayStation 4, and you have Nintendo, which is having the company's having a lot of success with Nintendo Switch, and it was considered to be one of the most popular game consoles of 2018. And not to mention Google Stadia, along with Apple Arcade, starting to become a thing, and a lot of people are starting to get into basically, streaming games and all that stuff, and people are more into, Steam and, all that. There's a lot of options in relation to games in general, and a lot of people, even though like Microsoft's Xbox consoles have high quality, arguably superior than that of Sony's PS4, depending on who you ask. The games normally are very expensive along with the consoles, and some people would probably prefer more affordable, gaming in relation to consoles and, games in general. So basically, the competition is definitely going to, increase as time progresses. And as far as, pricing is concerned, it's most likely going to be of equal or more value. But I believe, this console, I think it's supposed to be backwards compatible. I'm not sure if it's going to be a similar deal to that with the PlayStation 3 was only backwards compatible with certain games. Hopefully, it's like that of the Xbox One or the Xbox One X, where it's basically backwards compatible with various games from older generations, because that'll definitely contribute to its marketability. But as far as things look in terms of the gaming world, and as far as competition is concerned, it's definitely possible that if this is marketed correctly, or if Microsoft throws in a couple of features that would make it stand out from that of Sony's upcoming PlayStation 5 in the future, then it could definitely surpass the Xbox One. But we don't even know what the console actually looks like as of yet. So we'll just have to wait and see, and it'll be interesting to see how successful Project Scarlet or Xbox 2 is going to become following its upcoming release next year during the fourth quarter of 2020.